Yo, what's going on, man? It's Keith, and lately I've been reading this book, the brain health book, and it got a lot of good information. I know I made a video on it before, but I wanted to get a little more into it, so I've been reading it, and I'm not even halfway through, but it's just a lot of great information. But I had to make some notes to really get um get down to it, into the real, just to get an understanding of the book, and just making sure I'm grasping these ideas. So for myself, I had to make sure I'm just like writing down, um, writing notes, and summarizing what I've learned, to be able to tell it to other people, so I could make sure I get the information and make sure it's down in my brain. But also, it's just good to pass this information along. And being that, we in a time where our cognitive abilities are being tested at all times. So why not pass this information along? This is great information. So for the most part, um, I got two lists. So things that can help with brain health, and then things that's bad for brain health. Okay. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go through the things that's bad for brain health first. It's a quick list, but it makes sense. So things that's bad for brain health: you got stress, you got sleepless nights or sleep deprivation, bad eating habits, sedentary lifestyle, high blood pressure, and diabetes. And who do that sound like? For the most part, that's like mostly all of America living at a certain standard. So I would say like low class to middle class. Like that's literally most of us. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you a middle class person, you probably overwork. You probably stressed out. Um, you probably got some good eating habits for the most part, but you know what I'm saying? Some of us pre-diabetic, um, depending on how it is. Like if you like a person who, let's just say, a single parent, and you trying to work two jobs, you stress the fuck out. You probably not getting the most sleep. And then on top of that, you probably eating bad. You probably got high blood pressure or diabetes because you're eating bad. So all these things work with how your brain is functioning. All those things. So, it's some people who in that middle class that's probably like, okay, I'm stressed out. I sleep good. I eat good. I'm not sedentary. So I'm good. But you still impacted by stress. So if you overly, like, over the top stressed out, like you're probably not at 100% in your mind, or just like brain power overall. So that's already crazy. And if we go into low class, we already know you're stressed out, you're sleeping bad, your eating habits probably terrible, and then the sedentary lifestyle is probably there too. Um, high blood pressure, diabetes. Like the high blood pressure, diabetes, I'm starting to think about like some of the older people that we see, but it's also younger people who having these issues. Like me myself, I ain't got tested for it, but I think I may be diabetic or like pre-diabetic. So um yeah, it just made me start thinking about some of the older people we see who may be dealing with blood pressure issues, diabetes, um, and stress, because stress is literally is up there. You know, I don't know if they just like calculating it, but you know, stress could make you have a heart attack. Stress can raise your blood pressure. Stress can do all these things. So, um, stress might be the number one killer. Because honestly, if you smoking cigarettes, right, you're probably stressed out. You have a heart attack, you're probably stressed out. You have a stroke, you probably stressed out. Like it's probably the number one killer if we being honest throughout America. Oh, even some people they eat bad when they stressed out. So if you might be stressed out, so you like, man, let me go get some McDonald's real quick, or let me go get some, some junk food. So all these things start to compound, and it's all bad for your brain. All right, now let's go to the good stuff for your brain. I want to end on a positive note. Um, so working out. So like I said, the sedentary lifestyle is bad for the brain, but working out is good for your brain. So, if you're not working out, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Um, and honestly, just in through my own life, I could say that like now that I'm working out more, my mood is a lot better. Um, I feel like I'm thinking clearer. Also going to social events. This is another thing that I didn't do like myself. Like I've become like an introvert throughout my life. Like I don't want to be around everybody no more. Like at first I want to be outside, drinking, boop boop boop. Like that's for the birds. I'm 29 now, so I'm getting older to where it's like I'm being more selective about people that I'm being around, or just like groups that I'm being around. Even though I still could be around toxic people, but just like the big social events, I get anxious and stuff like that. So I don't be trying to do that. But it's important to do that so you don't think about it at the time, but you're actually exercising brain activity by just being at social events, listening to people. You get to pick up on cues and all types of stuff. Brain stimulating tasks, and that could be a lot of different things, right? So this can consist of like recalling things, teaching. Teaching is good because it's showing that you picking up the information and you can summarize it and give it to somebody else so they can understand. And they say teaching is one of the best ways to know that you got a theme down. So teaching, um, puzzles, high cognitive conversation, so high level conversation. Shout out to 19 Keys. Reading, like these are some things that you could do that can um, improve just the brain and the health. In the book, it was an excerpt that they said where it was like they took the brain of cab drivers, and maybe this was back in the day because now a lot of people are using GPS or whatnot, but back in the day they took the brain of a cab driver, and they seen that the hippocampus part of the brain was bigger than your average person. And one thing that they said in the book was it was because these these people drive around the city and they have to constantly like memorize streets. They got to recall certain buildings and landmarks and stuff like that. So it's important to build on that. Um, it's important to use your brain. Like a lot of the things that we doing nowadays is kind of like making us not use our brain. Um, if that makes sense. Or like, a GPS. Now I get it. You just now going to like a place, so you use your GPS. But back in the day, I remember like when my auntie or like, what I'm saying, we would go places, we would print out the directions to a place, then we'd go there. But by the second time we went there, we didn't need the directions to make it to that point. Nowadays, you may use your GPS to get somewhere. That second time, you're probably using the GPS to get to that same place again, which is crazy. Or maybe that's just me. But you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen that play out. And maybe it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe practice um getting to places just off of your brain and you know just things like that. Like I guess like for me, I really want to get to that point where it's like, all right, let's use the mind more versus um using all the tools all the time. Like if you, of course, if you need to be at a place at a certain time, use that GPS. I'm not saying don't use the GPS, but you definitely want to do things that really help your brain. Um, like any muscle in your body, if you're not using it, certain things gonna get weak, certain things not gonna work. Um, and that's something that I kind of let slip over like the past 9 to 10 years, for sure. And so, yeah, uh, the brain health book. I got this from the library. I've been going to the library getting books. Um, this was a good book. I'm not even all the way done with it, but I did skim through it to find like high blood pressure in there and diabetes. So health is um, your overall body health helps your brain health. So if you feel like you're having certain mental lapses and stuff like that, it's probably because you're either not working out, you're not being social, you're not doing brain stimulating tasks. Um, you're probably stressed out, which a lot of us are in America. Um, you're not getting enough sleep, which a lot of people not getting enough sleep. Your bad habits, your bad eating, you got bad eating habits, or you just, what I'm saying, you might have high blood pressure or diabetes, or all these things may be affecting you, which, if that's the case, then I hope you get better, because that's a lot of stuff to be going through. But it's literally the lives of a lot of people throughout America, um, and it's like a bigger thing where it's like, oh, some people be like, oh, you should be able to be responsible about what you're eating and stuff like that. But I even had a conversation about like how some of these schools, right? They teach you a public school, because I went to public school. They teach you about eating the right foods and stuff like that. But then when you go to the lunchroom, it's nothing but stuff that's terrible for you. Like At my school, we had a salad bar, but let's not act like the other food that was there wasn't like prison food. Like the prison, we getting the food from the places that the prison get their food from. And if you know about prison food in America is trash. School food in certain public schools is trash. Like let's come on now. Let's not act like this is just like top grade food. And I get it, you gotta feed a lot of kids. But at the same time, I, I was able to go to different schools and see like the difference in what was there. And I could tell you the school that had the worst lunches were the schools in certain cities that didn't have the amount of money, or it was multiple schools. Fuck it, man. Oakland did not. When I went to Ojai, that was the place that had the worst lunch versus San Lorenzo and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had the best lunches because Pittsburgh High is the only high school that Pittsburgh had outside of the continuation school. So you kind of see what I'm saying? Like Pittsburgh was putting all their money into that high school specifically. In Oakland, it's about 5, 6 other high schools you could go to. But let's be honest, if we being real, all those schools there is different. So like you go to like Tech, they got off campus lunch because it's a bunch of food places right in front of there. Skyline, they got a little more money than the rest of the schools. So it's just different. And then you got Castlemont, which I ain't even gonna lie, Castlemont is it's on the up and up. Like when I went to Castlemont, it's in the hood, but they got some stuff there. Like they actually putting stuff into there. But I digress. Like depending on what city you in, the school food is gonna be a certain way. So like I was saying, out here they will teach you how to eat, right? But then when you get into the lunchroom, they showing you something else. So it's like, yeah. So by the time you grow up, you're already getting affected by a lot of these things. You're probably stressed out. If you're not stressed out, you're probably not getting enough sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, it's some of us just have bad eating habits. Some of us not moving around enough. And then some of us got high blood pressure. So it's crazy, man. But some of these things you could change, if not all. If you take it and just being aware. And I think that's the first step, being aware, and then you will be able to take control of these things slowly but surely. It takes time, but to build a healthier brain, it's definitely worth it. And so yeah, that's just my quick little breakdown. Um, Cognitive health, brain health is very important, and it ain't too many people talking about it within my community. I mean, 19 Keys may be the number one person talking about it. It is a doctor. I forget her name. I gotta get that, but it's a doctor. She talk about it. She's a black doctor who talk about it, but it's something that I think more people should be talking about if they not talking about it already. Um, and not even just in the black community, but that's where I like to focus on because I'm a black man, obviously. But just throughout America, because the corporations not doing us no favors. Like, they gonna keep pushing McDonald's on us. They gonna keep pushing these bad drinks on us. Um, they they not gonna do us no favors. Like, it, this capitalistic society is about making money, and so if it takes you being sick, dumb, um, like, they don't care. They gonna make money off of you. So, um, yeah. So we gotta take it, and it gotta be in our hands to make ourselves better. I mean, I definitely wish we were more like, some of the Eastern societies where they like, oh yeah, show you how to we're gonna show you how to eat, but we're also gonna give you opportunities to feed each other, um, like, pretty much put it in practice without having to go to college, or without, like, it's just a part of their society. Health is a part of the society. It's not a part of our society. It's more of a money move. Like, they say that health is one of the biggest new things in America, but still, are you doing it ethically or unethical? Or are you unethical with your approach? Because there's some people that's selling stuff for health, but are they doing it the right way? Are they doing it for the right reasons? Is it just for money? Like, these are the questions that we gotta ask ourselves. It's just I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless at that point. But yeah, let me get up off here. That's just my 2 cents with it. I definitely needed to make a better video on that, because I need people to work on that. I'm working on it, and I feel better, and I've only been doing it for, few months, you know. So I know it could help somebody out there right now to, at the very least, get some sleep, change your eating habits, work out. Those 3 things, bam, things will start flipping. And it don't matter what age you are. It don't matter. I mean, if you're disabled, it may matter, depending on your disability. But I've seen people in wheelchairs still working out, finding ways to work out. I've seen, you know what I'm saying? It just all depends. It all depends. It all depends. Each person's situation is different on that side of things. But if you got a able body, work out. So yeah, I'm out of here. I'm done. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you like it. Like, subscribe, share this video, and yeah, I'm up out of here.